Howdy everyone, this is Trisha and welcome to my channel. So today I decided to do a little vlog. I'm sorry that I don't have a craft prepared for you. I'm hoping that I will have something sometime during this week. And then I know that I've also not been posting my videos like I used to have them scheduled. So for those of you who have followed me for some time now, you know that I used to post 2 videos a week. I would post on a Monday or Tuesday, I would post a craft video, and then a Thursday I would post, or even a Friday, I would post a food video. So I was doing 2 videos a week. Super excited, super active doing those videos. And somewhere along the way last year in the summertime when my dad got really sick and I had to be traveling back and forth out of town to help my mom with that, I lost my whole schedule. It just got kind of thrown off. So I was doing 1 video maybe a week. Yeah, I think I was doing 1 video a week. I may have skipped a couple of weeks or a week here and there. Although, you know, the ones who've been following it. And to anyone who's new to my channel, who has subscribed, joined in after all of that, and you've decided that you wanted to subscribe, even though I've only been putting up 1 video a week. Thank you so very much. It's very kind of you to have done that. I really appreciate that. I do enjoy that you're leaving your comments. I really would appreciate if you do leave comments. That's really important to anybody's YouTube channel, is like thumbs up and a comment, not just subscribing or just, oh, I saw the whole video, but leaving a like and a comment, because that helps I guess the algorithm. I don't know, I don't understand any of that, I really don't, but it helps somehow YouTube see that there is some what is the word, I can't even think that there's something going on your channel, not just somebody just watching it or skipping over whatever time watching the video, but you're actually interacting, I guess. There's actually something going on. All right, so aside from all of that, I decided to sit down because I didn't set up my tripod to do this. I'm doing a little vlog today. I didn't set up my tripod because I do want to go outside, and I just wanted to explain really quickly how I've been feeling, what's going on with me, why I'm not posting regularly, why I kind of just not keeping up with my my series that I wanted to do, though. Can I arrange that, is what I was calling it. I did a few videos and I really enjoyed doing that, but it's just kind of gone off balance for me. The reason is because I have some projects, I have other projects that I want to get done, and I have a ton of things that I want to get done, but I have RA. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. I may have mentioned it years ago or sometime, I don't know. And because I've also gained some weight back, I think that's really just hindering me a lot, and it's affecting my RA even more, because I was feeling great. I was feeling good when I had lost a lot of weight, and so I feel like now it's really hitting me. The problem is that I get really stiff. It's not just the pain, but I get really stiff, so I just cannot move. I absolutely cannot move. When I do finally get moved, it takes me a while to get up and move and do what I want to do, and then it's very, very hard to tell your muscles move, like tell your legs to push up and stand up, or your arm to grab something, and whatever it is that I'm doing, whether it's just sweeping or washing dishes or trying to collect things together for a craft. It's very difficult. So it makes it very difficult for me to have to go to a store and walk around, and because it just tires me out so much, and I don't know what to do about it right at this very point. But anyway, aside from that, I don't know what I wanted to tell you guys. All right, so anyway, enough of that. I don't want to make it a pity party about how I'm feeling. But anyway, I do have some projects outdoors. A few weeks ago, I did a vlog, and I was talking about outdoors in the sidewalk and the patio. So I showed what the patio was looking like, because we had some sidewalks put in the front and in the back, and I showed how the patio was no longer, in the pattern that it should be. So we were going to have to pull all the other pavers out and realign them. So I'm going to go outside right now, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that, so that you can see what I'm talking about. It's already, my husband and I already finished it. There's a little bit more that we have to do, and then we have other projects to continue. So I'm going to show you all that right now. So let's go outside. All right, so we are outside. So just excuse a little bit of the mess that we have out here. We were out here yesterday finishing up some stuff, and we left some things out. Okay, so my husband was giving our dog a bath, so all the stuff stayed out here as well. We let it out here to dry because I had rinsed everything off. Obviously the towel that we used on her also is out here. Okay, so you can see the pavers out here. Look at all that. So let me go around this way, because here is the sidewalk that we had put in. Nice sidewalk. So all these pavers plus some extra ones, they all used to go all the way just to the edge of these plants here, a little bit further in. Okay, they used to go all the way in. So to put in the sidewalk, they had to remove all of the pavers that were here. Because we wanted the sidewalk to come out of our house, slope down for a wheelchair, and come and be level with our carport floor here where we park our cars. But before, everything was lower, and it would get a ton of rain and puddle here very, very badly. So we decided, okay, let's go ahead and have a nice little sidewalk. Instead of having a bunch of pavers as steps, we would have a nice incline here for in case of wheelchair. So anyway, when they removed all those pavers, they didn't remove all of the ones that were over here. They only removed what was here, but then that left a little bit of a gap here, about 6 inches, maybe half of these pavers. It left a little bit of a gap, so we couldn't just go and grab more pavers, you know, whatever they took out from, you know, the ones that they had pulled aside. We couldn't just go in and, oh, let's just patch up that little area, because they weren't fitting, because the new width of this didn't match up with the width of pavers that used to fit in there. How's that? It's a little bit wider than what the pavers that fill that little spot were. So an additional area here of pavers wasn't fitting, so my husband and I had to take everything out. We completely took everything out. We actually laid some dirt so that we could get our pavers to be a little bit higher, almost level to the sidewalk. We weren't going to worry too much because obviously we're not professionals, and we didn't want to take forever, although it did take us weeks to do this, because we come out here and do a couple of rows of pavers, pull out 2, put in 1, pull out 2, put in 1, and I even came out here and I did you know, like half of the pavers myself. But you know, as you can see, it's super sunny right now, and other days it would be really windy, or it would be cold and raining. So so not these pavers are not necessarily all nice and you know, level on here, but it's the best job that we could do, and we needed to just go ahead and just put them back, because otherwise we had a mess of things here. Okay, so in doing that, I decided that I wanted this whole area here done of plants. It was all the way to about right here of pavers, all the way. That was all paved with these things here, all the way. So we had to remove them. I told my husband, you know what? When we lay these out, they're also not going to match. Because when we had them, we started them like that, but then they ended, you know, like at a certain point, halfway around about right here. So when we had this done, this little carport done, we didn't have it done, you know, all the way over here, even though there were some pavers. Everything changed, so nothing was matching anymore. Oh, and then by the way, we also had this done too, this whole area, concrete added in there, because our carport only came up to here, and then my husband had this carport put in, and it was wider than the floor down here, the parking. So we had this done because we were just stepping on dirt. So that's really nice. We had that done as well. I don't think in the last video I showed you that was done, but it got done. Anyway, to make a long story short, I made a little planter area here. I need to put in some, these bricks are not going to go here. I just have them there because they're holding down that paper. And I want to just put some mulch in there, and I want to put a planter here with herbs. Hopefully that's what's going to happen. But I have these potted plants in there for now. I don't think I want to plant anything in the actual ground. I'm liking having things just in pots because, you know, in case of a freeze or something crazy happens. Anyway, but I did plant this mandevilla here and that mandevilla here, because I've had mandevillas before in pots, and they do okay for a little while, and then they just say bye-bye. So I said, you know what, I'm going to try planting them in the ground. This was my son's idea. He said, Mom, why don't you put a vine here and a vine over there so they grow around the window? It would look really pretty. So that's what I'm going to try, you guys. That's a bougainvillea that will have to be, not a bougainvillea. What is that? what is it a bougainvillea? Yeah, hello, it is a bougainvillea. And some little grass that will have to be planted later. So that's just there in the meantime. Okay, so then this planter was existing along here, but it also took in this little area. So these little pavers used to come like that and then come around and join the patio floor, which was a little bit further in. So we actually ended up extending it about, you know, half a brick, because this is one brick right here, long ways like that. And we extended it because of, you know, all the movement that we had to do, and it was going to end up right here. My husband said, no, I want it to be this far, but oh no, it's going to end up being this far. Okay, we just did that. Okay, that doesn't explain too much. I'm just talking gibberish right now. But anyway, the planter used to come out like that, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to have it go straight. We're going to let the grass grow here. My husband's going to replace that sprinkler with a flat. So we're going to let the grass grow into there, and now it's only going to be like that. I also have to, because since it became wider over here, I was already widening it, but I have to cut that bit, you know, pull out that grass out of there and move those bricks, and then probably extend that one over here. I don't know, maybe move them out that way, maybe move them in, I don't know. But as you can see, I'm slowly doing that. I'm not worrying about it being straight or anything. But anyway, these bricks are not going to go in here, because somewhere along the way, when we're putting the pavers, they're not exactly the same size. Some of them were thicker, you know, like that, thicker or thinner. Some of them were wider like that. Some were thinner. So they don't match up with the lines here. Somewhere they get lost. And putting these little bricks here just kind of highlights the fact that it just kind of goes crooked right here and goes in. So those are not going to be there. Like I said, they're just holding the paper down. I need to put mulch, and that'll hold it down. So over here, this little bed over here, we also, and because this got extended a little bit more, we also ate up a little bit of that. And so, but the bed is nice. Got to put some mulch in there, and probably put some other little plants in there. I just have that pot in there for now. It's not really going to stay there. Okay, so our next project, oh, and we have to finish this right here. There's a root right there, and when there used to be a paver there, it used to lift it up. The paver only came about halfway into it, but we have to get an axe to chop that up, and then we'll finish off with a couple of these pavers in there. So I also have another bag of dirt here that's left over. I bought 10 bags of topsoil at one point, and then we went back and bought like another 10 of them, or I don't know how many we ended up buying, to fill in here to lift up these pavers so they could be a little bit higher, and not, because it would puddle over there, and it would puddle right about right here. So it was horrible. Anyway, so now our next project is to redo this whole thing right here. So we want to pull out all these little bricks, and I wanted to redo this little floor because I have these larger square pavers, and then I had these also in the patio. They used to be in there incorporated with those in sort of a pattern, but we decided that we're going to take them all out and just use the gray ones. So we have them stacked here, and as you can see, there's 3 here. Under these here, there's also 3 of these big ones, and then we only have 2. So what I want to do is, instead of having just 3, I want to do 4. So I have to recenter that, and then 4, and then 4. So nice and wide, so that when we walk out of the storage room, we have plenty of room to put things down that we've been taking out. So now I'm gonna have to reconfigure this little sidewalk, which we did kind of, you know, it just kind of wove its way around that way. And the reason for that is because there is this tree that we had to have cut down, and it was creating a big mess with the seeds that it would drop. Those little seeds have little sharp ends, and they would poke onto everything. So we had to get rid of this tree, which was really sad because it was like the first tree that we planted when we built our house, you know, when we bought our property. And you know, the kids grew up with a tree, that tree that was there, you know, look how big it got, look how wide it got. But we had to cut it down. It also had some rotting, but there's like other areas where the, you know, the stump is right there. So anyway, so I'm gonna have to redo this little walk, and I really wanted it to go straight, but that's gonna be in the way. So I told my husband we're gonna go 4, and then out of the last 2 that are gonna be here, we'll do the sidewalk, you know, like that. So it'll be straight next time and a little bit wider. So I don't think I have enough of those to completely do the job. The other thing is that we're gonna have to start from over here, like butt up, you know, the pavers along these other pavers. Start up right there, because you can see right here, this is where they used to be, okay? But we can't fit another one of these here, and one of these won't fit in there. So we have that space now, we have that gap. So we're gonna have to start from here and work our way this way, and then create that big space right here. And because of that, we're gonna have a little bit of a gap here. So I told my husband, well, then we'll take these smaller red ones, and we'll take out that black, that is a edging, a garden edging that we ended up putting under there, so that, you know, I don't know why. To keep the mulch from going underneath, I guess is what we did. But anyway, we put those there, and they're just screwed on. My husband screwed them on so they wouldn't move. So we're just gonna take those out and slide these bricks under to fill in that gap, which will be just fine. We don't have to put those little things back on there. But then we'll stack some of these high enough to make a little step, and then another stack of them right here to make another step, and then step down. So that's why I'm hoping that I can find more of this particular size in the store to buy more. They'll be nice and brand new, but that'll be okay, because I really want to make like a bigger floor right here. Okay, so that's a big job. So that's why I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna have to hire somebody to do that. Okay, so another area where I want to put a little floor at, let's come this way. I don't want to step on any doggy poop, and I didn't put on any shoes, so I'm just in my socks. If I was barefoot, I wouldn't care, because I could just wash that. I mean, I can wash a sock, but who wants to throw a poopy sock in the laundry? All right, so I have this area. This was my little Zen garden that I had made here in the corner, and I had all my little pots and things like that. I made this myself. I put paper down, I put sand, and then I put pebbles. But we have these cats in our neighborhood that keep coming here, because there's a female cat that, you know, or two of them now, that have found themselves their home here with us. And so we get a lot of cats, and every time I come into this corner, I'm like, what is that smell? Well, it's a giant litter box is what it is. This has become a giant litter box for these cats. So I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna provide that for them. They've messed up my little garden. So what I'm trying to do is, I see that little colander in there. As I'm picking this up, sifting it, trying to get the sand out, and trying to save the pebbles, and throwing them in there. Now, there are some leaves in there as well, because the little holes are not big enough, obviously, for leaves to go through. So now I want to get a sifter that has a bigger hole, so only the pebbles will go through there, and hopefully some of the leaves won't. I don't know, you guys. It got to the point where I told my husband, you know what? I don't even care about the pebbles anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and spread them out. I'm going to take these that are here on the edge, I'm going to take these little bricks out completely. These plants are going to come out. Everything that's a plant that you see in here is going to come out, obviously, except for this tree. The bench is going to come out. I'm going to take the extra grave pavers that were in our patio, these right here, because, you know, we have the sidewalk now. So we have these extra. I've got a little bit of a pile up in the front, and I have a little bit of a pile off to the side over here. I'm going to take these pavers and make a little floor here. Okay, see how far it goes. I would like it to go all the way up to, see this post right here, and come out all the way up to this post. But I'm going to start at the corner, go a certain amount, you know, and build a little floor. And maybe I would have to go buy some more to finish off if I feel like because I'm looking at that pile right now, and that's not going to fill it up. But there's no real worry to that, because what I can also do is I can just start doing like a line of them here and a line on the edge over there, and then right in here, let me go back over here, see that stack over there? I have more of those pavers, not only the thin ones, but a 12 by 12. It's not this size, it's a different size. It's these right here. I have these. So I'm thinking I'll take those, because look over there, see over there? We made a little floor over here with those little pavers. It looks so cute. My husband and I are considering taking all of those as well and just making a little floor over here, right here, And then all these gray ones will just be like on the edge. You know what I mean? Just like that. And fill it in with the red pavers. And or just buy more pavers and fill this up so we don't have to undo that little floor over there, because I really like that over there. And it would be so much, it's so much work to me taking things out to move them somewhere else, even though my husband says, oh, taking it out is the easy part, it's putting them in. And I'm like, how is putting them in the hard part? Because when you're taking something out, a lot of times, you know, dirt builds up around them, grasses and weeds start growing, so it's harder to pull something out. And when you're just putting it, you're just laying it flat, making sure it's level, and you're putting it down. But I don't know, he says it's the other way around that's harder. So okay, we're just gonna go with what he says. So anyhow, I want to create a little floor here, and then we have these huge gray pavers that are in the front. They used to be our sidewalk in the front, and I have 4 of them, so I want to put them right here, and that's where the barbecue pit will go. So we want to put the barbecue pit there, and then over here I want to make this area smaller because I have this pomegranate tree right here. So I just want to do a little, you know, thing around it. Just make this, you know, curve inward like that. So I'll use these little bricks and a few of these to finish that off, and I'll just push the mulch over that way. So then this area, I want to take this table right here and put it right there, coming out this way, so that all we have is like a little corner where you walk in, you can step in there, barbecue, and then we want to clean this up. All I have to do is just put some you know, like a vinyl tablecloth on it. We can work on it, but this will be like a little workstation over here rather than be here. And what that's going to do is it's going to open up this little area here under the pergola a little bit more. My dad made that swing, but we don't even sit on it, you guys. So we're considering taking it down and you know, dismantling it and using the wood, like maybe to create some little shelves or some little pots or something, little planters or something. And we do have some loungers that we're kind of thinking about putting in here. But if we remove this table, it's going to feel a little more open in here. And we could have the loungers actually going this way and still leave that. And look, I created this little seating area here. I had the table here. I had a bigger table here and it has 4 chairs, but I decided, you know what, I want these wicker ones here and that small table. I have to relocate all these pots. Everything's going to get relocated somehow. Only the tropical plants that need, you know, shade will stay in here. But like the succulents, they don't need to be in the shade. Geraniums don't need to be in the shade. But only the stuff like the little palms and these philodendrons will need to stay under here somehow. So I'm gonna redo everything. It's just that because I haven't finished redoing that area and I don't know exactly what pots I'm gonna have in there. I need to go get mulch, and at least that'll help me get started, because that little corner is not stopping me from doing everything else over there. Anyway, so I took out the table that was there, and we go back over here to this little patio area here. See, I'm gonna have like a bigger grass area here rather than this little corridor that was left there. So I moved that table over here, and we actually put an umbrella on it, and this actually has 4 chairs, and right now we only have 2 because my husband and I have been the only ones that have sat out here to relax after we've been doing a lot of work. We have our little wagon out. You know, there's still some mess in there. I gotta take those shampoos and put them away. This is where we've been putting our shoes. So that's another thing, you guys. Right in this corner, I'm thinking of buying a plastic storage box, but not one of those long ones. I want like a little one that I can just put right here so we could throw our shoes and stuff in there. You know what I mean? Because I do have that big storage box over here, and that storage box some time ago used to be under this window, but we moved it out there. And now I'm feeling like, you know what, I want a little box right there, but I don't want a big one. I just want a little one. So I'm going to look on Amazon, see if I find something that'll fit in this space and it's not too big. And I feel like, oh, you know, we can put a pot or something light that can be removed every time we want to grab something. But see, our shoes are here. We just take them off, and we usually just take them inside and put them in the garage. But it would be nice to just keep them out here, pull them out, and throw them back in when we're done walking around. So anyway, you guys, that's what's going on out here. We had someone come and mow the lawn. We hadn't mowed the lawn in months. We had someone come, and he did it with a riding lawnmower, and he did a horrible job. I could see patches here and there. My husband just didn't want to deal with it. He just paid him and told him, okay, thank you very much, goodbye, have a nice day. And I was like, are they done? Let me sit down. All I kept thinking was, are they done? Seems like they were just here 5 minutes ago and they're already done. He goes, yeah, they're done. One guy was mowing, the other guy was using the weed eater. So I came out to look, and I'm like, honey, there's patches of grass here and there. This is not a lawn to be done with a riding lawnmower. First of all, it's smaller. It's less grass now because we have so many plants everywhere, especially now in the front. Oh, I'll show you the front in a minute. But you need a push mower to get into things and, you know, leave things, you know, the grass, because he obviously was riding around, but wasn't like riding back and forth like that, the way that you should mow a lawn. He was just went around and just did his thing and then drove out. And now I'm seeing those little patches of grass are now even taller, so you can't even tell the grass got mowed. Let me show you the front. And all right, so here we are in the front, and look at my nice new sidewalk. So before that, I had pavers going out, which would get lost in the grass. Grass was growing over them. They were getting sunken in further and further because of rain and stuff like that. Freya, get over here, Freya. There's a car coming, so I want her to get over here. Okay, so these pavers, see these 4 big pavers? These are the ones I want to put in the back to put the barbecue pit on, and then I have these extra gray ones. All these were, you know, somehow in a pattern out here in the front to create a sidewalk. But now, since we have the new sidewalk, they're left over, so I'm going to use them in the backs for that floor in the back in that little corner that I showed you. So anyway, here's my little planting area. And Freya, come here, girl. Come on. So see, this planter area came out to about right here. And we decided to extend it right up against the edge of the sidewalk. And we made these little curvy bits just to make it interesting, make it harder for somebody to mow our grass. So that's why they can't use a riding mower. You need a push mower to push into that. Anyway, so we planted these things here. Look at that. Planted these grasses that we pulled from the back, and then we have those other, I think I showed you some other grasses that we're going to pull out from that little area in the back, the little Zen garden that I told you I had. I have 3 more of these. So now, because my husband really liked what he did there, he's going to go ahead and do like another curve right here and have it just kind of meet up right there. And we're going to put those 3 grasses here. One in the corner there, one there, and then one there, and then fill in with a few little plants here and there. And we planted some dusty millers in there. Freya, come on, girl. We planted some little dusty millers in there because they do grow kind of big and they do take up a lot of space. Sorry about that. There's somehow a lot of motion out here suddenly. And we planted another one right there. I think it's the gentleman that just drove up, and so the car that was driving up earlier, he got off with his little girl. So I think it's after school. People are coming with their kids or something, dropping them off. But anyway, you know, coming home with them. Anyway, yeah, so this is what I'm working on also. So as you can see, it's little projects, but they're heavy projects. They're not something like, oh, you know, out here an hour or 2 hours and we're done. This is something that's taken a while, and it's something that I used to be able to do all by myself, but because my body just does not want to move, it's very stiff. I can't do any of this. And believe me, I try. I push myself. Okay, I also want to paint the floor here, and it's getting to the point where I don't know if I'm going to get to do that. But I also want to rearrange all my plants. We decided to bring these 2 chairs up here in the front to sit at, and we really like them. Here's another bench that I have over here that my dad also built this, but it's also getting to the point of you can't really sit on them because he made them like super straight. Anything that he built after this then had the angled back. But these were like the first items that he built. He built 2 benches, the table that I showed you in the back, and then he built 2 chairs. But the benches and the chairs, we never really could sit on them because they're so straight. You can't really sit on them. So I thought, well, I'll bring them up here and I'll put plants on it. It'll be a cute little thing here. but I feel like it's too much of a Mod Podge going on here now in the front. Look at that, too much of a Mod Podge of things. I even brought out this little thing here because I thought, oh, I'm gonna put little plants in there, but no, I'm not liking it. I'm liking the look of those chairs. So now I want a little table or something to match that. And I can bring the chair more this way, put the little table in the middle, and then put some pots around on the ground. That's what I'm gonna do, you guys. So Freya, come on, let's go inside, girl. Good girl. We're gonna go inside now. All right, so that was it. I showed you a little bit of what's going on. I hope you understood all my word salad, all my rambling. It's super hot out there. The sun is scorching. It feels really good on my body. So I think I'm gonna go sit out there for a little bit longer because that nice heat without what is the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, why do I lose track of words? Humidity. There's not much humidity out there right now. It is just nice and hot. There's no wind though. That would make it feel cooler. I'm sure there is some humidity, but it's mostly a lot of heat. And my body feels really good after having been out in that heat. So I'm gonna take off this blouse, which is super hot, put on a t-shirt, get some water, sit outside for a little bit before I have to make dinner. I don't even know what time it is. Let's see, I have my laptop here. Oh, it's 3:21 in the afternoon. Okay, well there you go, you guys. I wanted to burp. You know what? I need to edit this video and put it up. So next to going outside. All right, you guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Give me a big old thumbs up. I want to give myself a big old thumbs up for, you know, getting up and at least doing this vlog, even though I'm not doing a craft video today. But I needed to get something up, get a video up, and then just let y'all know what's going on. So big old thumbs up. Leave a kind comment down below and let me know what you're thinking, what's going on in your life. If you saw something out there that you thought, hey, maybe you should do this, or, you know, whatever, just let me know. Just be kind. That's all I ask. And share on your social medias. And as always, enjoy.